Okay, last couple books for Marvel. Like I said, um, one moment, mouth is dry. Better. All right, we kick it off with Daredevil #3. Uh, Mark Waid. Wow, sir, you're doing an excellent job with bringing Daredevil back into the light, making him cool again, not all dark and gritty. I don't mind that, but Daredevil used to be cool, and he wasn't always had all his foot always all in the dark. And this book, we actually see Matt tangle with. I guess everybody can see who that is, so I'm not even gonna try to cover that up. Ulysses Claw, uh, the Master of Sound himself. We see Daredevil Matt tangles with Claw in this book. Uh, Very cool scene, very good stuff as always. Um, Matt is just feeling the love now, and you see him now. As always, also it was about trying to help a client as well. They getting back to the old days of Matt still doing his defense attorney stuff. But it was really good. I'm not gonna lie. Like I said, Mark Waid, excellent job, sir, on so far the past 2 issues of Daredevil. I'm loving it. Keep it up. Keep up the good work because, frankly, it's good to see Double D back in the light, but still being a badass. Love it. And he's smiling too. When's the last time we seen Daredevil smile a lot? Okay, I'm not going to talk too much about this one, so we're going to wrap this up really quick. Mad Fraction, Fear Itself, #6, one more book. Alright, the gist of this is the Avengers are recovering. They take Thor back to Asgard. He's not dead. Okay, he just needs to rest. The best part about this book pretty much is where Cap owns Odin, gets all up in Odin's face, and was like, is that all your troops? Odin says, aye, that is. It ain't enough. How dare you talk? Save it. That was the best part about this book. We see the weapons for the mighty that Tony made while he was with the dwarves. And that's pretty much all this book is all about. It's about what's to come. It's the build up to the end. The build up to the Earth's mightiest heroes fighting the Serpent and his hammer-wielding legion. That's pretty much it. Okay, moving on. Hercules #7. This is the first of the 2-part story of, yes, Hercules has spider powers. He was bitten by the bed bugs as well. And it's kind of interesting to see him with his spider powers. He's like, this feels good. It feels like old times when I was still had my demi powers. When it was good. And we get a cameo guest star of the X-Men in this book, and he actually tangles with the X-Men for a short while. But it all leads. It's really good. It also plays up an ancient Greek mythology villainess in this book. If you know your Greek mythology, you remember the Greek myth of Arachne. She's in this book. But that's pretty much all it is. Herc is getting used to having spider powers. He's loving it. It's almost giving him a fact of like when he had his godhood, which he wished he didn't give up during the Chaos Wars. But it's cool. Greg Pak and Fred Van Lint, once again, the writing duo, still doing a good job on this book. But it's good nonetheless. All right, and we move on to Journey into the Mystery. This is issue #627. this book is all about all the other entities: Mephisto, Sidorak, Nightmare, you know, Blackheart, um, excuse me, all those other who are being kind of pushed out because of what's coming, excuse me, for the Serpent. And you got Mephisto here who walks into a bar and tells this bartender his life is sucking now that the Serpent is here, and things like that, and how he talks to all the other entities, Shamagoth, all of them, about how they feel about the Serpent and what they're doing. What he's doing is hurting them. Um, it was a good book. It was really good. This was really good because you don't see a lot of spotlight on Mephisto, and it really spotlighted on him in this book. Sidorak is really upset because of the fact that Juggernaut has, got a hammer, and he has to find now another to replace Cain Marco. It was good. This was really good. Very, very entertaining. If you want to read something that's fun and with a character like Mephisto spotlighting on him, check this out. Like all the dark entities, like I said, Mephisto, Sidorak, Shamagoth, Blackheart, Surtur, everybody you can think of, all the dark entities of the Marvel Universe are in this book. It's good. Okay, and we move on to Bendis, and another one of my favorite artists, Deodato, brings us New Avengers number 16. Yes, this is the introduction of the Man Without Fear, Double D himself, and his ties into fear itself. This book was really good, guys. I really enjoyed it because in the beginning we got a monologue with Hawkeye saying, who really is worthy of being an Avenger? How do we really decide that? Or is it the Avengers, or is it the Avengers who needs the hero? Enter what happened when the Red Skull sends Nazi mech unit attacks the mansion with little Danielle Cage, that's Luke and Jessica Jones's daughter, and Squirrel Girl. And what Matt does in this book. Matt is really good in this book. He takes out these Nazi mech heads, no problem. It was just great to watch Matt. Matt actually, in the issue, Matt actually picks up one of their Gatling guns and uses on them. I was like, oh, that was so cool to see Matt really do such a good job in this book. And Matt gets to the Avengers mansion where Squirrel Girl and little Danielle Cage is, and he's basically saying, hello, are you in there? Step back from the door, please, so I can come in. And she's telling them that the mansion's on lockdown, and he blows a hole in the side of the house, gets in, and Matt did this because of little Danielle Cage, the baby. He's not going to have some baby die on his watch. And it was just really good to see Matt shine like that. And it also showed what happens at the end. Luke and Jessica comes, and Matt is like, so how long were you guys going to stay on top of my roof before I sensed you guys waiting? Comes up there, and Jessica comes and hugs him. And is like, thank you for protecting my baby. Thank you for protecting our child. And Matt's like, you know what? I would have done it anyway. You guys would have done it for me, I hope. All in all, Luke goes in his pocket, gives him the traditional Avengers card. Matt, after so many years of saying, no, Hell's Kitchen needs me, I can't be a part of the Avengers, Matt looks at the card, says, first words, I can't accept this. Me and Steve Rogers, Captain America, and I are not really seeing eye to eye, playing continuity to what happened in the second issue of his comic. And Luke says, you're not going to be on Steve's team. You're going to be on my team. And what does Matt do? Last panel, you see Matt smiling. And then at the end, you see all the other Avengers saying, you know, who really deserves to be on the Avengers? A greatest spy, the greatest marksman, talking about Hawkeye, talking about Spider-Woman, a misunderstood hero who gives his heart into everything, talking about Spider-Man. They talk about Wolverine, a master of the mystic arts, Doctor Strange. And the last panel, a swashbuckling ninja that can't say no to a friend. That's Daredevil talking. So yes, after all these years, Daredevil is now officially a part of a team. And I'm very happy for him. And I'm very happy that they put him on a team that he has so many friends on. You know, Matt's good friends with Danny. He's good friends with Pete, of course. Good friends with Luke Cage. It's all good. It's all good. All right. And the last book, of course, is, like I always told you, yes, all new Spider-Man, Ultimate Comics, Spider-Man #1. This introduces us, excuse me, to Miles Morales, the half African-American, half Latin character. His father is black, his mother is Latin, and we really don't really get to see too much of Miles. Like, what's his personality really? Mainly what we see in this book is how he gets his powers, basically. And it's all from a spider bite, actually. Basically, we see Norman Osborn talking about how he created Spider-Man and everything like that, and he wants his doctors to kind of reproduce that with these 42 or 43 genetically altered spiders. One of them escapes. A burglar comes into the area, and basically, while everybody gone, he steals. That spider creeps into his bag, and we find out who that cat burglar is. I'm not going to spoil who that cat burglar was, but enter Miles Morales, and he's trying to get into this big, fancy, I guess, charter school. He gets in, and his family's very happy, and he goes to tell his uncle Aaron, and that's where it happens. He gets bit there. Basically, I just spoiled it for you. So, the cat burglar was his uncle, and we see what happens. And there's something between his father and his uncle. You know, his uncle does not really, his father doesn't like his uncle too much because we don't know. But we see already that from the spider bite, Miles, well, demonstrates one of his abilities now. And I'm not going to spoil that ability. It's not just a spider power at all. But that's pretty much all the first issue was. It was okay. Do I mind that it's a new web slinger in town? I don't mind because this is the Ultimate Universe. If it was 616, yeah, I would be a little more heated. Leave that Peter alone. But like I said, this is one of the books that I was really more intrigued by. And the good thing I didn't have to pay for it, see, so, you know, but it was okay. It wasn't that bad, guys. Nice, pretty much fair. It's borderline fair. Some people told me they liked it. Some people told me they hated it. They don't like the fact that there's a new Spider-Man. But it tells how he gets his powers. That's pretty much how a lot of people wanted it. Okay? Alright. So, as always, guys, that's all I have for the books for last week. I will be back once again, you know, same time, same place, to deliver this week's books. Other than that, guys, Mumford and Kid here saying peace, one love, stay tuned, keep it real. You guys take care.